Alright, guess we're getting started already. Hi Collective, welcome to the channel. I'm Crystal, Divine Messenger, delivering messages to you from the higher realms. Welcome in everyone. Okay, so it's going to be a Starseed transmission. Okay, I was already connecting. I was hearing like some galactic intel's coming through. Alright, for some of you this full moon is bringing it. It's bringing awakening awareness. It's activating some gifts. Okay, some gifts that I was looking into, and what's interesting is they're blocking out the name that I know that it's called. Okay, it's more like a fandom name. It's not the actual name. But as we know, that's like a why are they like blocking things out? What am I hearing? Like, not like a Rolodex. Who's saying Rolodex? I've been channeling some old school guides today. Wow, my ring just flew off. A codex, okay, of things, right, are put in the fandom realms, right? The unicorn realms, dragon realms have come through a lot lately. I don't know if it's like connection with like my fire dragon or something. Like all of a sudden like this big thing with like fire has been coming across, right? And I know I've been channeling red and orange and yellows and all of that a lot lately. I talk a lot about color frequency over here and things activated. Anyway, so everything could be significant. But anyway, let me get back into this. Like the actual ability, which we are now, which is a real thing. Okay, whether you believe it or not, it is. Okay, they even made a movie about it. They're telling me like Firestarter or something. I know that they recreated a movie about it, but I know that there was a movie a long time ago with like Drew Barrymore, I believe, where she had some sort of ability. As we know, the stuff in the movies, if you haven't figured it out by now, with the whole Charlie Kirk, that thing, it's predictive programming, but the things really are real in the movies. Okay, a lot of it really is. Okay, it comes from somewhere. It's a thought form. Plus, too, it just takes people watching it to create it. Okay, so that's what I mean. Like, it's a real thing. Like, don't even get me started on like the Marvels and all of the abilities and the superhumans and the abilities. So anyway, this fire one, it's actually called, I believe, Pyrokinesis. Okay, the ability to manipulate fire, but see, it's getting stronger and it's not as what you would think that it is. That's why I was trying to look up the fandom name behind it too, because yes, it's the ability to create fire, to manipulate fire, to move fire, but it's like somebody's mastering these abilities or they're realizing this. If you're one where you realize that you can control the weather already, all right, so say like it's raining and you want the rain to move away from you, or you want clouds to move, or you want clouds to cover the sun and block. Maybe you've been realizing that if you're very much connected with the universe, okay, and the flow of things, that you very much can control the weather, right? Which a lot of the chosen are realizing that at this time, right? Especially as the realms are getting thinner. So anyways, if you're able to manipulate weather, then this is definitely your reading. If you're not, this is to awaken you to maybe some gifts, or maybe you're starting to realize that, yes, you very much can do that. Okay, so maybe you're activating this pyrokinesis. Okay, so for some of you, you do have the ability to manipulate fire, right? Maybe for some of you, you're realizing that you were able to control some of the things when we were having a lot of these big fires that were happening, right? Because then they were showing me like forest fires, right? And you know, what's interesting about them is, you know, do you know how they really extinguish the forest fires when they're out of control? They do them with a controlled burn, okay? You would think that they would be dispersing a lot of water, which is interesting because then my daughter was telling me we were watching Elemental yesterday. Sorry, a lot of stuff's coming through. I'm channeling. So anyway, and she was showing me like how elements, she's like, fire always wins, mom, over water, you know, because it's about like how you can control it and how you can contain it. So anyways, back to like what they do with the forest fires is they really do like a controlled burn. They will actually burn around the fire, okay? They'll fight the fire with fire. So there's something with that to control it, to contain it. So there's something about that, okay? And they were giving me all these different things. So it's more than the ability just to control fire, but maybe for some of you, you're realizing that. Maybe for some of you, you need to work with fire. Now be careful. Working with like flames and candles will be just fine. It don't mean going and lighting some stuff on fire, okay? So let me put that out there. But for some of you, you're getting massive downloads through fire. And for some of you, you're simply realizing, because they're giving me a lot of spell casting, and we're going to get into that next, that whether you realize or not, anytime you're playing with fire, you're playing with elements. Okay, Whenever like you're lighting candles, whenever you're lighting incense and things like that, you're playing with fire. You are spellcasting, you are creating. That's why one of the beautiful soul family members of mine, she was talking about like how you got to be careful for some of you, like when you be burning a sage and things like that, if you're not careful, because you're actually invoking spirits, you're invoking lots of things that you don't realize, right? Like everybody really dabbles a little bit in magic. If you just think about, what do you do on birthday cakes? What do you do on candles? Are you not lighting candles? Are you not working with flames? Are you not working with the element of fire as you're creating? Okay, so that's what I mean. like everybody really does it. So it's and fire is the most powerful element, right? And that's why I'm saying it's more powerful than water, and that's what I mean. But it's all about manipulation and control and how you use it. So there's something about fire manipulation abilities. Okay, I've been getting things about mental fire, flame control manipulation, psychonic fire, psychopyrokinesis, psychic fire control, psychic flame control, and psychopyrokinesis. Okay. So, and then there's something about like memory erasures and burning away memories. There's something about like you have the ability, okay, for some of you to almost like how I was saying, like how you can manipulate and control fire, but it's like you're able to control it with like thought form and memories. So for some of you, you're playing with this. The user can create and manipulate psychic flames, okay, that allow them to burn away thoughts and minds and manifest psychonic energy and construct to cause damage to the mind and the fire, that would to the body. Like for some of you, like you're getting so powerful. Just a second, guys. Okay, sorry about that, guys. All right, so it's talking about pyrokinesis, combustion, inducement, control, negation, fire manipulation, incineration. These are all different applications. I'm getting brought to just different things. And psychic fire generation, psychic fire constructs, psychopyrokinetic wing manifestation. Some of these could be key codes and activations. Psychic torture through psychic flames, psychic shields, and pyrotelekinesis. The psychic fire and telepath with psychic fire. Users using the ability through psychic flames and entering the mind of an opponent. Whoa. Okay, so these are all some powerful things that are coming through. So maybe that's why they didn't want to give me like the normal term, because they were like blocking it out, where I was looking up like, I guess it's like the fandom name behind it or something, but there was a different name, or somebody, like maybe you're realizing just how powerful the abilities. I don't know. There's something with that. Oh, I was telling you like to work with candles, right? Invoking the energies, getting the light codes through fire. Okay, so lighting candles, incenses. Oh yeah, I was talking about like spell casting and things like that. That's why I said for a lot of you, like you be burning sage and things like that. If you're not careful what you're invoking, okay, what you're calling in, because you know, like I use my incense as like an offering. Okay, whenever I light my incense, okay, it's more than cleansing my auric field and space. I'm invoking spirit. It's kind of like an offering that I give my guides, and like that's why I always choose like dragon's blood and things like that. Okay, it's certain like incenses and stuff that I use to invoke certain protection, but it's more an offering that I use it for. So for a lot of you that are just going around lighting flames, lighting candles, especially if you're lighting all different color candles, those all hold different vibrations, different things that you're doing. So for a lot of you, like maybe you're starting to realize and starting to look into candle magic, color, frequency, vibrations, flames, incenses, different things, and like you're going to realize how much more powerful it is. And especially when like you have the intent behind what you are doing, right? Now remember, all this stuff was like hidden occult knowledge that's coming out now, because it was all because they didn't want us to use it. It's always been available, right? As you know, we've been bringing back a lot of the ancient and the hidden teachings and the occult knowledge, right, over here. And especially when combined with crystals and the magic and the things like that you can do. All right. So there's a lot of things that are coming online for you, a lot of gifts, and you know, maybe for some of you, if you don't have this ability, okay, you could be coming to alignment with certain people that do have this ability. So maybe you want to protect, find ways to protect yourself, or be careful. I'd be careful who you project and stuff at, baby, especially when I'm talking about this. People that can penetrate and get into your mind and get into your dreamscape and get into your... That's why really you shouldn't mess with people. You shouldn't talk and gossip about people. You really shouldn't get involved in people because you don't know who's really tapping into your mind. People really do have those abilities, okay, where they can get into your mind. They can plant things. They're also showing me like one of the Marvel movies, right, where the lady's like getting in, like, you know what I mean, how she can get into the mind, like... For some of you, if you're heavily thinking about somebody, you're seeing their name places everywhere, all these synchronicities and things like that, that's often a sign of somebody that's meddling in your mind space, okay? Right? That's why it starts to manifest in the physical, right? I very much know whoever likes to talk about me a lot, likes to, you know... I'm not going to get into that, right? Because I send love and healing to all of my enemies, because for a lot of them, they don't even realize that it's the attachments, the demonic attachments that they have within that's seeking them to control their vessel, to have them, you know, spell cast and things like that against me, which all they're really doing is cursing their own lives, right? And that's what I mean. But a lot of times people don't have control over their mind space. And a lot of people think that like your thoughts are controlled to your vessel. They're not, okay? They're not, baby. And especially when you have people that can manipulate, control, can get into the mind space, like you need to be careful of that. Yeah, look, justice is coming in. That's why really, you know, you shouldn't hold judgment on another. You shouldn't gossip about another. You should stay in your own lane. You should focus on yourself. Look, even her hair looks like it's kind of on fire here a little bit, or it's like, you could be noticing different things about you. Maybe for some of you, like your hair is starting to change color or things like that as different abilities are getting activated. You're starting to realize certain ailments, certain things about yourself are changing. Okay, there's something definitely, look, she almost got like antennas or whatever. For some of you, I was getting something about antennas, right? Like you're really going to be getting downloads and connections through fire, through light codes, through different things, okay? She looks elevated too. For some of you, there's something coming online too. You're going to like be able to start elevating certain things.